Ah. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another weekend playthrough. We're going to get started here in just a moment. We're going to do a pyro build, focusing on fire, fire, and more fire. I'd like to thank today's sponsor of this stream, absolutely nobody. And once we get everything set up, we are going to begin. We're starting with the Wretch class, and we are going to use the Golden Seed keepsake. Obviously, I don't use anything else. All right, I think we're ready to go, so let's do this. So I probably could have started as either the Prophet or the what's it called? What's it called? I can't remember. What's that class? Oh my god, I can't believe it's escaping my mind right now. Anyways, I could have started as another class and not the Wretch, but especially for these these build videos, I really like to allocate my own stats exactly how I want them. And for that, there's nothing better than the Wretch. The unfortunate part of the Wretch is you gotta look at his man-ass until you find pants for him. So I'll try to find some pants quickly so everybody doesn't have to stare at this dude in his manties. So the one good thing about the Wretch is you just start with baseline 10s across the stat spectrum, and that's good. Like, for instance, you know, when you want to use something but you know it has a minimum stat requirement of 10, and you know the class you started with starts with like 8 or something in that class, and then it forces you to go into that. It's just nice to have a baseline of 10 across the board.
Come to the, of course, you unfortunately without God you are fate. Luckily me. Are you familiar? You may also behold that is it will lead even if it Grace to castle, the home of the it's time to castles if you see.
Yeah, I already got that. All right. Now I have been playing Night Rain all week, where the buttons are quite similar, but just different enough, and the gameplay is just different enough to make me suck like 15% more at this game. And vice versa. When I jump back into Night Rain, I'm going to suck at that a little bit more than usual.
You're a tarnished, but I can also that you're not then wine. I am Carly. I am selling where the land has been. It's only time. Let's say you're a very... You know, you should buy us a crafting essential. The kit costs but the import.
All right.
Goodbye for now.
Might as well get the smithing stone while we're here. All right, here we go. So, first things first, we're going to go get Torrent, our horse. But I really need to get some pants, man. This is just getting insane. So, I'm going to try to take out as many guys as possible and hope that that I get some clothing here. No luck. I guess we're stuck staring at a naked dude for a little bit longer. And if that's your thing, you're welcome, I guess. Still no luck. Oh well. Moving on. Rest up at this grace site.
Have you heard of they, sir? But you, I can play turning to aid you. You need O to the foot. Then it said, summon me. Ah, I bequeath. Use it. It will summon a spectral torrent. Has treat him with respect.
Because we started with the golden seed, we're already able to add a charge to the flask. And that's going to be it. So from here, what we want to do is add the spectral steed whistle to our quick menu. And not waste potions. I guess that doesn't really matter. There's another golden seed up here, which we're going to grab. We'll grab this smithing stones over here. So smithing stone 1s times 3, and then we're going to head up to the Stormhill Shack site of grace. Which is right here. Grab this. We'll grab that item up there, which is a stone sword key, and then we'll talk to Roderica, who's sitting in the shack there. Exhaust Roderica's dialogue.
Did you know it's quite a lot? You're all on your own heading to enticed by well that I nothing. Oh, I know. Can you tell? The poor thing deserves, and it'll be glad. It was a pleasure. Oh, tell them I'll finally get.
Alright, that's the end of her dialogue, so we're going to now head up this way. Up by this giant troll here, there is the Strength Knot Crystal tier. So we're gonna go get that. And then we're going to head down this way. Where there is a series of coffins here that have lots of great runes, or not great runes, gold runes to collect, which are very valuable this early in the game. Why won't it let me pick this one up? Jeez. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we got that. There's more smithing stones down here that we're gonna get. And in order to get them, we gotta aggro this giant because they're in this statue, and he's the only one who can break them. Well, any of these giants can break it, but we can't. We're too soft, apparently. There we go. So 5 smithing stone 1s and 1 smithing stone 2. Pretty solid. Then we're gonna head to the War Master's shack and talk to Bernal.
Not seen you. Name's Bernal. Let me ask, are you here? Does your fate, despite the collapse? Honest, such that there's nothing. All I know, now's the time. There's a merit memento to find. That's how it grants.
And we're not gonna get anything from him right now. Alright, but we are gonna just ride across the path and then up this little hill here to fight this knight while we're just, you know, in our manties. I rolled, but apparently I didn't. But that's okay. Ugh. I will get my revenge. That's what we needed to do. Oh, just the Ash of War? No pants with that? That's a bummer. And yes, the pun was intended. Next up, we're going to just ride through this camp. Anyone who's seen my weekend playthroughs knows this loop very well. We take this route every time. So up here is the talisman, the Lance Talisman, which enhances your attacks on horseback. And we move on. Nope, still no pants. Very unfortunate. And then we will go holler at Alexander real quick.
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me. Oh, my star. I am pleased. My thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And
Bro.
I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say. Oh, that's... well, once again, I am beyond upon this. I'd hurt doesn't them. I'm to Redman. I've hurt.
All right, cool. So his dialogue's exhausted, and we've started his quest line. So next, we'll get the Site of Grace down here and continue on to go talk to D. And we'll ride over as many of those little glowing skulls as possible to collect the golden ruins. Oh, we got 2 more smithing stone 1s, so that's good. Talk to this merchant real quick, but we're not going to buy anything. If he had pants, I would consider it.
The village here, and worse yet, if you value the turn back.
I will not turn back. We'll equip the Lance Talisman and then fight this guy on horseback. So it's typical that he'll respawn right here in the very beginning. Alright, now he's moved on. And it's usually over here, which it is. Oh no! I tried to stay in the pocket and just hit him one last time. Oh, that's embarrassing. Alright, whatever. We'll go kick his ass. I have to keep in mind that when you play as the Wretch, you have absolutely no armor on. Oh shit. Alright. Once again, there we go. Alright, now that that's done, we'll talk to D.
Another but with a prowess. How would you like, if you're inclined? Then I'll introduce. I have a matter in the beast. What say you?
We're gonna accept the introduction because we need a seal early game, and this gets you one right away. You can also buy one at the Round Table Hold, the 2 fingers seal, but this one is free, so I'm gonna take it.
Spotted an ill someone and must. What is it? The mapping that will lead you to Garank.
Alright. His dialogue's exhausted. We're gonna pick up the green turtle talisman, which is behind this door, which requires the stone sword key that we picked up at the Stormhill Shack. Now, the Green Turtle Talisman is a very good early game talisman. And basically all it does is raises the stamina recovery speed, which is huge early game because honestly your stats are dismal and you run out of stamina all the time regardless of what weapon class you're using. So, yep. I think that's part of everybody's early game builds, honestly. Gold rune 4. So now we're going to head to the Third Church America, which is down here. Never pass up a Trina's Lily whenever you see them. And that is the Ash of War Sacred Blade, which might come in handy because we are going to be leaning very heavily into Faith in this build. By the end of it, I should have about 80 Faith. At the very least, buffed up to 80 Faith. So there is the Wondrous Physic Flask. We'll get the Sacred Tear as well. And then we'll have a little seat here. Add a charge to the flask. Increase amount. And then we'll hit Mix Wondrous Physic for the time being. We only have 2, so we'll grab those. And then we will take the portal to go see Garank. Alright, so we got the Claw Mark Seal, which we're going to go ahead and equip right away. And as you can see, that has a strength scaling and a faith scaling. It boosts bestial incantations. We won't be using those, but whatever, it's a seal. We're probably going to be using 2 different seals in this game or in this playthrough. Alright, there's another golden seed here, and then there's another site of grace up here. Then we're gonna fight this dragon. Just kidding. Grail would beat our ass severely right now. As per usual, anytime you see these coffins, you will find gold runes. So that's what we're going to grab. We'll head down here, grab this site of grace. And we're going to head back up here, take this spirit spring. Get up on the roof here. And then just kind of slide down onto this balcony. And head up the stairs to get the memory stone. Memory stones give you an extra slot for spells. So basically determining how many spells you can bring out at a time. Man, my character looks all greased up, like he's coming from a Diddy party. Alright, so we got the memory stone, we're heading out. We'll rest at this grace site. Do some dirty rune farming for a minute.
Forgive to determine if you had. It seems
we're gonna ignore her request.
I can take gathering place.
So the dirty rune farm in question is you run down here. That activates that boulder. And then it rolls off the hill. And when it rolls off the hill, you get 1951 runes. And then when you rest at the grace site, it respawns, and you can literally do this over and over and over again. We're not going to do it over and over and over again. We're only going to do it a few times. Just to get our build somewhat off the ground. And then once we're satisfied with our rune count, we're going to head back to the Third Church America. Alright, I won't bore you anymore with that rune farming. So we're going to head back to the Third Church America. From here, we're going to pick up the map. We're going to pick up a cookbook, golden seed, some more golden runes, and some more tears for the wondrous physic. So a bunch of stuff. What we're not going to do is we're not going to activate Blide's quest line, because you definitely don't want to do that for this build, and I have my reasons. So we'll head down here, pick up the map, which is right there. And then we also grab that cookbook. If you're ballsy enough to grab it from out from underneath the bear. There's also a merchant over here.
Welcome, dear customer. Welcome. Value, please. I'm angry.
And he's going to try to guilt you into buying something. Nothing I really need right now. So we move on. And we're going to head to Fort Height. We're going to pick up this site of grace here. And we'll grab the golden seed that's up here as well. There we go, and we're not going to spend any more time. The goal of your opening hour in Elden Ring should really just be focused on getting gold runes and leveling up your stats. There are weapons that you can take to the end game that you can find in the opening hour for sure. And there's also some decent weapons that can just get you through the opening stages of the game as well. So now that we got all those gold ruins, what we want to do is take this spirit spring up here. And there is actually more gold runes up here that we're going to grab real quick before moving on to another item that we need to collect up on this hill. And that is the gold pickled fowl foot. So the gold pickle fowl foot's just up here. Alright, now we can get out of here. What we're going to do is ride over this bridge. We'll activate Bach the Seamster's questline. Ooh, sidebar. Somber Smithing Stone 1 is just right here. So we'll just grab that super quick. There's also a smithing stone right there. There's an Ash of War scarab that we're also going to ignore.
Oi! You there. Could you help us out, Cully? You were just... Thank you. I was pushed and I ended up... Oh, when they... And so this is all I... Or I could... Then I'd be... Right, I'm...
Alright, that's the end of his babbling. So now we're going to head to this grace site here. Grab that super quick. And then we're going to try to enter this camp with the least amount of attention as possible. So we can head down here. We got the whetstone knife, as well as the Ash of War Storm Stomp. It's about as basic as it gets. But it can just be useful just to quickly stagger an enemy out of his stance. Alright, I don't need anything else out of these ruins. So next we're going to head to our next location. On the way we're going to grab a cookbook out of the Caden Sellsword camp here. And we're going to avoid these boys. So there's a cookbook there. And then there is a site of grace here, just over this rock. So we'll just activate that. And head down here, take the Spirit Spring up to the other side, to the Artist Shack site of grace, where we'll grab the painting, which gives you the location of an item for those of you who don't know that. And you get a smithing stone as well, and a site of grace. And then from here, you just want to head northeast. And hop down. And in this coffin area, not only is there gold runes, but there's also a cookbook right here. And this cookbook has the unlocks the ability to make sleeping pots, which are one of the most valuable crafted items in the game, as they help you tremendously with godskin fights, which can be a major pain in the ass. Alright, so we got all the gold runes here. And we might as well go unlock Kenneth Heights quest line real quick.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the well, that's no. Despite you might have heard of young Tarnished. I want you to a knight command. What my fault? Oh, fret not. The celebration. I that depraved lot honestly context first. He has he meant to think. He's the blood of man. I almost feel so. What do you wait my for?
Alright. He does give you the Urge Steel Dagger, which is pretty good, honestly. So, that's of use. So, oh, once again, we forgot to get the map here. So, we'll get the map. Still no luck on the old pants front. Alright, so probably do that. And then we'll go sell off all the gold runes we've picked up to Kale.
Weren't you? Well, you're... if the mood, my people, which is why, thanks to that, I think this your people. Perhaps you don't see that we have a sentiment, not but that is our castaway.
Alright, so now we're going to hit sell.
Goodbye.
And we're going to level up a whole bunch. So, we'll take that to 15. That to 12. That to 12, that to 12. And then the rest can go into faith. Alright, so we're at level 23 now. 15 vigor, 12 mind, 12 endurance, 15 strength, 14 dex, and 14 faith. We're well on our way now. And just going to hit pastime here. Oh, what's her name didn't show up. Usually Ronnie shows up, but I guess she didn't. Alright, so the second part of our loop, typically we head down to Weeping Peninsula. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We could fight this Knight Rider, but we're not going to. Might try to take these guys out, just see if I can't get some sort of armor. Unlucky. Also unlucky. smithing stone, stone sword key, and grace sight. Alright, so we got this site of grace.
Buying or selling?
Talk to this guy. Alright. And just because I love you guys, I will buy some pants. There we go. So, no more looking at my character and his manties. Alright, so we got the golden seed, we got the map for weeping. Now there's a couple things we want to get in weeping. There's a lot of churches in weeping which give you, which all give you sacred tiers, which increase the amount your flasks can replenish. So they're super important to grab. The first one's up here. And not only does it give you a sacred tier, but it also gives you the Frenzied Flame incantation. Yo, Rebecca. Alright, where's that church at? Oh, there we go. I just went the wrong way. So here's the sacred tier there. And then Frenzied Flame, or Flame of Frenzy, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so once we grab this grace site, we're going to go grab a few different things here. One being the Faith Knot Crystal Tier. Probably see if I can farm more armor here. Guardian stuff's nothing special, but it's better than nothing. Oh sure, as soon as I buy pants, then I get them. What pants are better though? It looks like the Guardian ones are. Alright, so down here, if you ride just past this big flower here and jump off the ledge, buy all these little flowers, and then right here in between these little flowers is the Faith Knot Crystal Tier. So once you have that, you can head back up the cliff. Where we're going to hit up the Church of Pilgrimage. And I'm just going to ignore the bats here. Because fuck them. That's why. And then the reason why we come to this church, besides the sacred tier, is there is also blood grease here. There's also a really crappy shield if you want a really crappy shield. I personally don't care, and I want to just kind of streamline the opening stages of this build video, so anyways, happy Good Friday everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Any of you follow me in here? Yeah, a bunch of you did, actually. Ooh, what'd we get? Mausoleum gauntlets, that's even better. Let's go ahead and equip those. Alright, so there's more coffins here. So we'll grab these gold runes while trying to avoid the bats. Is that it? That looks like all of them. Yep, that's all of them. Alright, and then we're going to head down to the merchant out here, which is one of my favorite merchants.
How can I?
That's all I'm really willing to sell at this point. But we will buy the lantern, because that's one of the best items.
Have a safe.
And we're going to go ahead and equip that to our menu. And then we're going to rest at this grace site for a second here. Alright, I'm back. Might as well increase our flask charges. And then that's all we'll be doing in Weeping. Now we're going to head back to the Summon Water Site of Grace. Wait, hold up. Yeah. So we're going to go with the Morning Star in place of our club. Oh, I already did swap out for the Turtle Talisman, which is good. So now we are going to enter Caelid. And at the beginning of everybody's playthrough, this is... Everybody probably who has done a playthrough knows exactly what I'm about to do right now. You don't want to ride too close to that church because it'll summon a little mini boss there that you would have to fight, and she'll kick your ass, so we don't want that. What we do want is gold runes, and there is more up here sitting in little coffins. So we've got those. And now we're gonna head on our way. But real quick, there's a gold rune 3. And we're gonna avoid all this nonsense here. We're also going to avoid everything there. There is a fire incantation in that scarab. We're just not equipped to get it at this time. Oh no! Alright. That dumbass moment was brought to you by Double Flush. There we go, that's what we meant to do. So we'll stop, activate this grace site as well. And head up towards the big dragon. And pick up the map along the way. Grab those gravel stones, grab that gold rune 5, and then get out of here before the dragons get all aggro and beat the piss out of us. Alright, so what we want to do is go to our quick menu, equip the blood grease, and equip our gold pickle foulfoot, just to have them at the ready. We're going to two-hand this, and start going to town. I find the Morning Star is the best weapon to do this with early game. I feel like it gets it done a lot faster than the katanas do. I have seen it done with fist weapons, which looks like it's pretty quick just because you proc statuses so fast, but... This gets it done fast enough. Oh, I'm out of the bleed grease. Alright, so we'll reapply here. And we'll proc bleed 2 more times. And then it'll probably be safe to eat the gold pickle foulfoot. Alright, so there we go. Alright, he's almost done. Everybody asks all the time if I am going to do this multiple times over. And the answer is no. I don't find it necessary to do that. Doing it once already makes you so overpowered in the beginning of the game that it's really unnecessary to have to do it like 2 or 3 times. Like, at that point the game just like wouldn't even be fun, so yeah, I don't do that. So now we'll head up to the Site of Grace here. And what I want to do is actually rest here. We'll allocate our stats. So level up, push that to 20. Endurance, yeah, sure. Get that to 15. Faith to 20. And that's good right there. Whilst we are here, might as run up in here and grab us the half of the medallion that is in here for the lift. And try to avoid being poisoned. Alright, and from here, we're going to head back to the Rot View Balcony Site of Grace. And we're going to make our way to the fort up here for a couple of items. Well, mainly our Ash of War and our one of our main buffs as well. So we're waiting for the invisible scarab to show itself so we can hopefully get this first try. Nope. No, you don't want to get too close. All right. Bro. Do you have any bigger weapons? No. All right, here it comes. Ah! Okay. I'm just going to stand right here because that's the track. It'll always go on the same track, so... Alright, I can hear it creeping up again. Okay, here we go. Ah, just a hair late. So I'm just going to back it up a little bit. Look at this guy, he's almost as jacked as me. Alright, here we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Feel like this is a little bit faster. Maybe we'll try with that. Oh, really? There we go. So that's one thing we need for the build. Sorry you had to witness my incredibly mediocre gameplay and several attempts at that. Anyhow, so that is kind of important. We're just going to bypass all these guys here. Alright, so what we're going to do is just head behind the fort here. Well, not having luck with the armor, boys and girls. But I did get Flame grant me strength, so that's good. So that's one thing that we want. And now... Oh, geez. We're going to rip down here. And then get back on the main road. And keep heading south. Side note here is a Somber Stone 4. Peace out. Not dealing with that right now. Gold Ruin, yes please. Grab that grace site. And there are more coffins up here with gold runes. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're not fighting that giant right now. So while we won't be leaning into Dragon Communion in this build, it's still worth getting the Site of Grace and grabbing the cookbook there. Now over here is another chunk of the map. And a merchant with a badass helmet here that we're going to purchase.
You will.
Alright, so we're going to head down towards Redmane Castle. Grab this golden seed here. We're going to do our best to ignore all large animals. We'll grab this grace site. And this is why I didn't want to activate Blide's quest line, because that will activate the festival and things in the castle here will not be available to you. So we're going to avoid all these projectiles coming our way. These guys will off themselves, which is nice. I like that. Oh shit. Nope. No armor. Now you're going to want to be careful here. Ah, damn it. Because there is a giant who jumps down and he's super aggressive and will likely kick your ass, so... There we go. So, still no armor. We're going to just rip past these bats here and go behind the castle because that's how you enter it, avoiding everything. And we'll head up this ladder here. And we're actually going to swap this out because we actually have a better weapon here. So... apparently helmets and pants are all we're going to find. So, yeah, what we're going to do is hop down here, and then hop down here. Now we'll go up this ladder. And drag old Pumpkinhead here and force him into an attack. That we're gonna now grab the Flamberge, which is actually the sword that I want to use for this, for the first little while anyways. And I'll explain why once I get myself out of this mess. Goddamn. see you fellas later. There's one more item that I want to get in here. And that's that right there, the red hot wet blade. Please be the surcoat. Maybe. Nope. Definitely not. Alright. So there we go. First I'm going to try this one more time, warping to this site, and hopefully Ronnie shows up.
This way.
There we go.
May I have a word? A pleasure I am the wit. I'd heard and upon
Although she lies and says her name's Renna.
As I was entrusted by Torrent's former master. Tis to summon them with it, the spirits now it is that. Forgive me, I doubt we shall. How long will it be for the time?
There we go. Alright, so now we're going to equip our spirit summons. Right now we'll use the wolves because that's the most useful we have. We're going to unequip the Gold Pickle Foulfoot just to clean up our menu a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to equip our new sword here. And then we're going to rest and add charge to flask. And then tell Melina that we're off to the round table hold.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
You've met then, Owen. I think the power. I sir, that I might following those who their merits, and so it is.
All right.
I'm, well, just the honor of one. By the way, she's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off if you find her. Be sure to she's a servant. She's been my I've lost count of them, honestly.
All right.
Oh, I can't remember very well. It is. Allow me, you, a housekeeper. Remember your place, newcomer.
All right. I always get such satisfaction about beating that smug little piece of shit.
Oh, welcome to the I teach and explore so that one ensuring. By the way, you do most time you are well.
So first thing, we'll grab the 2 fire incantations here. Catch Flame and Flame Sling. Later we'll grab Magic Fortification and Flame Fortification as well. But for now, those are the 2. Then next stop is right here.
Your arms. Let's get smithing.
So we're going to equip our Ash of War here. Now you'll notice if you just go fire, it'll give you a strength scaling improvement and weaken your dex scaling. Whereas if you go flame art, then it'll actually scale primarily off of faith, which is what we want, because we want to lean heavily into faith and spec as little as possible into strength and dexterity. So that's why we went and got that red hot wet blade out of Redmane Castle, because it allows the ability to put the flame art on your weapon. So that's what we're going to do. Also, while we're here, we're going to strengthen it. So now that's +4. And the good thing about the Flambers, this is why I chose it, is it also has passive 55 bleed on it. And then we'll level up our seal as well. Then we'll just exhaust his dialogue. There we go. Oh, you'll find out, bud. Alright. So now we're going to go here and grab this armor set, which is really good for the weight. It gives you good poise. Yeah, it's really good for beginning of the game for sure. Also, I want a dagger. And then we're going to go back and talk to the smith again.
Back over, no matter.
And then what we're going to do is go Ash of War, grab our dagger here, and slap Golden Vow on it. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and equip that in our offhand here, or in our main hand. And that'll allow us to buff with Golden Vow. So that's our first buff. We've got our Ash of War on our sword. And what we're going to do now is memorize some spells. So, Flame grant me strength, obviously, first. Flame sling, and we'll do catch flame as well. And then we're going to mix the Wondrous Physic. We'll get rid of the Crimson Tier. And we will do the Faith Knot Crystal Tier, which will boost our faith. And I think that's going to be the build right now. Well, first we're going to put some better armor on. So there we go. So that gets us all the way back up, or all the way up to 47. We're almost at that 51. And that's going to be the build for now. I'm going to leave the stream there. We're going to pick it up later this afternoon. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please follow along this weekend, because we'll beat the game with this build. And it'll change several times over. If you get any value from the video, please consider subscribing. Help me grow that channel and help me do this for a living, because, you know, I'm getting old and don't really want to swing a hammer for a living anymore. So, anyways, I will catch you guys later on the next stream. Cheers.